Unforgettable 920.
The following sports broadcast is an exclusive presentation of the Unforgettable 920 KSHO. Bulldogs basketball is on the air. Tonight's West Albany game is brought to you by Economy Supply Building Center, City and Suburban Electric, Albany Grocery Outlet, Mark Thomas Motors, Courtesy Corner Shell, H&R Block, Willamette Community Bank, Lassen RV, Les Schwab Tires of Albany, Lynn Lanes, Brass Plumbing, Crabtree Automotive, Power Honda, Figaro's, Albany Athletic Club, Linco Federal Credit Union, Burgerville, Now Builders, Wilson Motors, and by Lynn Benton Tractor. Now get ready for Bulldogs basketball. With all the action, here are Radio Ryan and Wally Ordeman live on 920 KSHO.
And good evening to you from West Albany High School. Tonight it is the only show in town, the only Mid-Willamette Conference game tonight. We bring it to you as West Albany plays host to Dallas here on KSHO. A good evening to you, everybody. As West Albany has shuffled up their lineup, we too have shuffled up our lineup. For the third consecutive game, we have a different trio. Against Crescent Valley, it was myself, Jeff Kiter, and John Birchfield. Last Friday, it was the usual, myself, Wally, and Jeff Kiter. Tonight, no Jeff. So it's Brian Pitts, Wally Ordeman, and Joel Getzford here with you. Joel will have the book for us. But one way or another, we are bound and determined to bring you a game tonight.
Yes, we are, and we hope that it's going to be a good one for the Bulldogs coming off the victory against Woodburn. A good, solid victory with the shuffled lineup, as you mentioned, and a lot of players getting playing time. I liked what I saw from West Albany coming off that tough loss against Crescent Valley. We hope that they're going to make it two straight here against the Dallas team that always seems to give West Albany a little bit of problems.
And the Bulldogs went 12 deep on Friday night against Woodburn, a game they won 64-49. 10 of those 12 players scored. And you could really say that really all 12 had an impact in some facet of the game. Several stood out with individual impressive efforts. But maybe the most impressive, given the fact that we hadn't seen much of him all year, the fact that he was in the starting lineup, and the fact that he scored 5 points. Let's start with Ben Engel and talk about what he did on Friday.
How about we do? I tell you, he was the floor general, Ryan. He ran the show great, played great defense. He was in scrambling for rebounds. He got off a great three-pointer at a time West really needed it too. Added a couple of free throws, was it, to get to the five? And I thought he managed the game offensively very well for the Bulldogs. It was a great performance by Ben Engel.
And Ben's got himself a fresh new haircut here tonight as well. It pains me. I couldn't tell you when my fiance gets a haircut. I wouldn't notice. But I see Ben Engel gets a haircut, and it immediately stands out. I don't know why.
What color are her eyes?
They are green. That much I do know. Well, Dallas comes in here tonight, a team that is struggling a little bit. They are 5-8 on the season, though they are 2-2 in Mid-Willamette Conference play, but down a notch again from where they were last year when they improved to 14-11 overall. They were 8-6 in the Mid-Willamette Conference. We wondered coming into last season if Jim Boughton, the legendary Oregon prep and college coach, would really have a significant impact on Dallas. And you look at the Dragons, what they've done their first 5 years in Mid-Willamette Conference play, they had not won more than 3 league games in any of those years. Last year they jumped up to 8, lost in the play-in round to Marshfield, but they figured that they had a nice little platform on which to build. Well, Jim Boughton, due to some health issues and whatever other circumstances may have arisen, is gone, and Trent Schwartz has now inherited this team. So a one-season gig for Boughton. What he did in that one season was pretty impressive.
It really was, and what Coach Schwartz has inherited is a group that a team that graduated a lot of seniors, has 5 sophomores on this starting lineup, or not in the starting lineup probably, but on this varsity roster. They're a young team, and a team probably still trying to find their identity. Brand new coach, a lot of young players. It's going to be really interesting to see what kind of spirit this Dallas team comes out in. You know that when you play at Dallas, it's a fervor pitch that you play in there in that very unique building. This on the road, you would think that the youth might show. I should probably knock on wood when I say something like that, but and I know where you're going next. I know what you're going to say, but West Albany hopefully is going to be able to ride some momentum out of that Woodburn game and take care of Dallas tonight.
It's why we work well together, because you led me right into my next point. I was going to pull a Lee Corso, not so fast, my friend, on you. The visiting team has actually won 5 games in a row in this rivalry. Dallas has won the last 2 here at West Albany High School. on a buzzer beater 2 years ago, and then last year here 47-44 in just a snail's pace game. So the Dragons, they have a little bit of confidence. Those players that have played here before, they know they can win on this floor. I don't think they'll be scared.
Well, and what we do know about this team, here's maybe a comparison to the Liberty game we called several games ago, and that's that Dallas isn't scoring a ton of points. And so we know that West Albany, when they played Liberty up there, got caught up in that slower pace, that more deliberate style, and really it was a sleeper. I mean, for the players, fans, and broadcasters alike. But Dallas not doing a whole lot of scoring. I think we could see a low-scoring game here, but West has to do what we've been talking about over the last couple of games. That's imposing their will, using the size to their advantage, using the speed that they have to their advantage, and getting after them defensively so possibly they can get some transition buckets.
Dallas averages 41.5 points per game on the season. No other team in the league averages fewer than 52. So they really do slow the pace. 4 times this year they have scored in just the 20s. West Albany would certainly like to push it a little bit more than that, and we'll see who wins the tempo battle. Both these teams 2-2 in league. West Albany 8-6 overall. Dallas, as I mentioned a moment ago, 5-8 overall. The tip-off of the only Mid-Willamette Conference game on this Tuesday, still about 7 minutes and change away. So we'll take a timeout and continue along here at 9:20 KSHO.
If you'd like to do it yourself or need helpful advice doing it, your neighborhood Ace Hardware and Contractor Center can help. Economy Supply Building Center has been that helpful place for over 58 years. Economy Supply Building Center, where Highway 34 becomes Tangent Street in Lebanon.
Need some electrical work in your home or business, but it just seems like too small of a job to call the pros? No matter what the job, call City and Suburban Electric. Proud to be a contributing member of our community. City and Suburban Electric. Call 451-5609.
Lassen RV at Albany has the new RV models on the lot now, ready for you to buy. Lassen RV Service Department has a new truckload of parts and accessories on sale just in time for fall fix-up. From changing a light bulb to rebuilding your entire RV. No job is too big or too small for Lassen RV in Albany, where friends send their friends.
Join the fun at the Albany Athletic Club. Group fitness classes from low-impact dance to traditional circuit training, plus racquetball and more. Watch your waistline shrink and your health improve every day. Start now at the Albany Athletic Club on Hickory next to Tom's Garden Center.
Unforgettable 920.
Back here at West Albany High School. For those of you who had a long weekend, hope you enjoyed it. And now back to business here tonight in the Mid-Willamette, West Albany and Dallas. West Albany improved 1 spot in the OSAA's power rankings based on what they did last Friday, up from 8th to 7th. As we've mentioned a couple of times, it gets more and more important to finish in the top 8 because that gives you a first-round bye and an automatic berth into the bracket of the OSAA state tournament. Teams 9 through 24 will have to play their way in. So West Albany continues to try and improve on that standing. Not much they can do about it tonight. They face Dallas, who's 33rd in the power rankings. But, hey, you got to take care of business every way you can.
That's right. Every victory is so important, especially, you want to get these home wins. And West Albany, the home crowd and the home band and everything you would hope working for them. But you're so right. The power rankings, if you get top 8, you get that bye. If you get top 16 or 9 through 16, you get a home court advantage for that first playoff game. So, certainly you'd like to have that week off, rest some injuries or whatever the case may be. At that point, every victory is so important now. Every single game, you've got to look at that. It all comes into play from the very first game of the season all the way through to the end. Every victory is so important.
Yep, you can't have any slip-ups, and certainly here at home, this is one that West Albany really needs. Before, during, or after the game in Albany, you can grab a hot and ready $5 pizza at Little Caesars. That's across from the mall on Geary Street, the new and only Little Caesars in Albany. Dallas, though they are 2-2 in the Mid-Willamette Conference, has actually won 3 games against Mid-Willamette Conference teams. They've beaten South Albany twice. They played them in the Dallas Holiday Tournament back on December the 22nd, beat them 58-55, played them in league and beat them 68-66. Their other league victory coming over Lebanon 53-36 in the league opener. And these teams have alternated wins and losses in league play just in reverse. Dallas has gone win-loss, and for West, loss, win. But that's how you get to 2-2. And West, with this, is trying to push their way into the upper half of the league, a place that they certainly believe that they rightfully deserve to be.
Right, and with a tough one coming up on the road at Corvallis on Friday, they'd certainly like to have the 2-game win streak going and have some momentum going into that. Dallas remarkably closely matched with South Albany in those 2 games, so very narrow margins of victory. and two contrasting styles of teams. You know, the up tempo of South Albany and get shots up as quickly as you can. Dallas, I think, going to be a little bit more deliberate than that.
And Dallas's other wins this year, despite those three, or besides those three, against North Eugene, whom they beat by 2 back on December the 14th, and against Park Rose, whom they beat by just 4 on December the 4th. So a lot the same way that we talked about Woodburn. There aren't a lot of impressive wins for Dallas, but here they are at 2-2 in league. We talked about how Lebanon was a team really trying to improve this season. Lebanon played very hard and actually came a lot closer than the final score would indicate on Saturday against Crescent Valley, and Dallas dispatched them fairly easily in the league opener.
Yeah, I think as we progress through the season, I think teams maybe 6 through 8, we're going to see actually quite a bit of parity. And Silverton has certainly distinguished themselves as the team to beat in this conference. West Albany hopes to be sitting there at number 2. They can't have those slips like they did against Crescent Valley. It's got to be victory after victory here for the Bulldogs the rest of the way.
And you kind of put yourself in a position now at 2-2. It's still very early in league play, but you almost have to win a game now that everybody thinks you shouldn't, and that means winning at Corvallis or winning at Silverton if they want to get back in the thick of things for a league championship.
That's right. It takes quality wins to make progress, especially with the power ranking system, the way it's set up. You have to get those quality wins. If you can get them on the road, you get a little bump in those points too. It's one of those things where you have to rally yourself. You have to be poised to win those quality games. Keep yourself moving up those rankings.
We certainly know that this West Albany team is capable of a deep run in league and perhaps into the state tournament. And they've got to start putting it together now, and nearing the midway point already of league play as the Bulldogs come in 2-2. Dallas also 2-2. Tip-off just a couple of minutes away. We'll take a timeout and continue on KSHO.
You will come out a winner at Power Honda. Their talented staff will show you how easy it is to get the vehicle you want and the payment you need. Check out mypowerhonda.com. Call 928-0122 or just go in to Power Honda, Highway 20 east of I-5 in Albany, your Honda Superstore.
Albany Burgerville is now featuring the ham Havarti sandwich, all natural Diamond Ranch ham layered with melted Havarti cheese on a toasted hoagie roll and the chocolate hazelnut milkshake. Pick up an Albany Burgerville rewards card now. Cash for every dollar spent. Albany Burgerville, fresh, local, sustainable. Albany Grocery Outlet Bargain Market across from the Heritage Mall has Senior Day, the first Tuesday of every month. $2 off every purchase of $15 or more. Albany Grocery Outlet Bargain Market. 100% satisfaction guaranteed across from the Heritage Mall with bargains on the brands you trust.
We're Linco Federal Credit Union. Keep your money in Linn County with Linco Federal Credit Union. Enjoy a visit with one of our friendly staff at a neighborhood branch near you today. Linco Federal Credit Union in Albany, Lebanon, and Sweet Home. In Linn, you're in.
920 KSHO.
Back at West Albany High School, just about set for tip-off tonight between West Albany and Dallas. Ryan Pitts with Wally Ordeman. Joel Getzfred is on the book tonight in lieu of Jeff Kiter, who is off doing some coaching this evening for his daughter's team. So, Coach Ordeman, I'll have you put the coach's hat back on here. We'll know very shortly who's going to start for West Albany, but given how well the starting 5 worked on Friday, do they go with the same group or do they switch it back to the usual 5?
I'm not so sure he stays with the same group. I think maybe there was a little bit of a message being sent last game, and I think it might be massaged a little bit. Could be surprised, could see the original starting 5. I'm not sure what he'll do. I think probably if I'm in his shoes, knowing that we have Corvallis on the road Friday, I think you probably go with your original starting 5, but be pretty quick to pull the trigger on bringing them out if you don't like how they're performing.
I do see Brandon Dixon seated on the bench there as I'm trying to see who among the usual starters is standing. It looks like Josh Bryant, so maybe Brandon Dixon in and Josh Bryant out from the usual starting 5. But what we saw last Friday was Sawyer Reed, Brandon Dixon, Ben Engel, Brady Young, and Nate Sherwood. As Jalen Schlegel and Chad Sherwood, Josh Bryant all came off the bench in that game. It would appear as though the starting 5 tonight for West will be Sawyer Reed, Brandon Dixon, Chad, and Nate Sherwood, and Jalen Schlegel. So Josh Bryant comes off the bench tonight. Brandon Dixon comes in, and Brandon Dixon's played some good minutes lately.
He really has, and he can play a number of different positions. You can put him at the 1 if you need to. He can play the 3, and he can actually play the 5, too. He's so long. He's got those long arms, grown a couple inches each year. You know, from the time he was a freshman, he's gotten to be about 6'2" or 6'3". He's got those long arms. You can put him up top on the defense. It's probably a great move.
We're going to have our national anthem here, so we'll take our final pregame timeout, come back with the lineup and the tip of Dallas and West Albany on KSHO.
Family owned and operated since 1979, Crabtree Auto stresses the small stuff when it comes to maintaining your vehicle. An oil change every 3,000 miles is a small thing now, but adds up to big rewards down the road. Crabtree Auto on Hill Street, just south of 9th in Albany.
Now is the time to buy a car at Mark Thomas Motors. 4 generations in the auto business and here to stay. Mark Thomas Motors is big on supporting local events. 3 locations in Albany: Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Hyundai, GMC, Buick, Pontiac. Now is the time to buy a car at Mark Thomas Motors in Albany.
Just like the Bulldogs, Courtesy Corner Shell gives you everything they have every time you drive in. Fast and friendly service, windows always clean. Non-ethanol fuels for small engines, boats, and vintage cars available. You can't beat Courtesy Corner Shell near Queen on Pacific Boulevard. They'll be happy to see you.
Lynn Lanes in Lebanon, home of the best burger in town.
Good family fun. Bowling.
Open every day and until 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday nights. Ballistic bowling starts at 10 on Saturday nights.
Stop by Lynn Lanes in Lebanon.
America's best music and the news you need. This is 920 KSHO, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis.
Alrighty, good to have the band back here at West Albany. Always adds a little bit extra something when Stuart Welsh and the West Albany Marching Band perform the national anthem. Another very, very nice job by them. Getting set for tip-off tonight here as West Albany and Dallas go to it. This is the only game, as I've said, in the Mid-Willamette Conference tonight. It certainly took me by surprise. Throughout the night on Friday, I was billing our next broadcast as being Wednesday here against Dallas. That's what I had on my calendar at work. I don't know when they changed it. I don't know why they changed it. But we're here, and we're set to carry a game. I guess that's really all that matters in the end.
I'm just wondering if you brought that $100 we bet on how that was going to play out.
Now, once Renee said it was tonight, I knew it was good. I knew we had a reliable source, so I wasn't about to lay down any money on it. The starting 5 tonight for Dallas, their head coach, Trent Schwartz, his first year at the helm. Tyler Sommerfeld, the 6-foot point guard, is joined in the backcourt by Spencer McCarron, a 6'1" sophomore. Along the front line, Hayden Brodus, a 6'5" sophomore. Cole Church, a 6'3" junior. And Josh Kibbe, a 6'1" junior. We already kind of alluded to the West Albany starting 5, but once again, Sawyer Reed, the 5'10" senior. Sawyer averaging 5 points per game on the season. Brandon Dixon, 6'1" senior. He averages 1 point on the year. Chad Sherwood on the wing. He is a 6'2" senior. Chad averaging 13.9 this season. His brother Nate on the wing, 6'8" junior, who has been tremendous in league play. He's averaging 11.6. And Jalen Flago in the post, a 6'8" senior. He averages 16.4, the team high. If you look at what's going on in league play, though, there's been one Bulldog in double figures in every game in league play. That's Nate Sherwood.
Yeah, Nate's just been stellar. I tell you, he can do it from a number of different positions, Ryan. He can do it from out on the wing. We know he can shoot the 3, but that's not West's game right now. They're playing a lot of outside in, inside out, and not seeing a lot of threes. But Nate starting to mix it up a little bit more in the inside too, showing a little bit more of inside presence. He's got that mid-range jumper that he can put in. He's getting fouled a little bit more because he's in the paint a little bit more. With those fouls come the free throws, the points add up, and it's just been a great start to the season for Nate.
And Nate settles himself into center court, where he will put it up in the air with Hayden Brodus as his opposition. Dallas in the road blacks, the orange letters. Bulldogs home whites, the navy blue letters. As we are set to go tonight, ball in the air, and Nate Sherwood wins the tip into the hands of Sawyer Reed. West with the first possession, immediately down low to Jalen Schlegel. In the middle for Nate, backing his way and off the window. No foul as Nate hit the floor, rebounded Dallas. A little contact there on the first shot attempt, but no free throws as the Dragons bring it to front court. In the corner, it's Spencer McCarron, bouncing it to the top for Cole Church. Church goes to the left elbow for Brodus, trying to go inside and has it stolen by Sawyer Reed. Reed straight up the middle of the floor, waiting for somebody to stop him. Fires to the corner for Brandon Dixon. Hands off to Chad Sherwood and back up top for Reed. Reed calls for the high screen. Gets it from Nate. Comes around it to the left. Pushes it into the corner for Brandon Dixon. Fake the 3. And come back out to Sawyer Reed. Sawyer Dribbling left to right, hands it off to Chad Sherwood, coming back right to left, all the way foul line extended, looking in for Jalen on a bounce pass. Left to the key, back out to Reed. Down to the baseline for Nate. On the blocks, a skip for Brandon Dixon. Again, fake the three and come back out for Chad Sherwood.
Brandon Dixon's had a couple of really good looks.
Yeah, see if he passes on another one. He will. He was wide open in the corner, didn't want to take it. Now they find Jalen all alone inside, and he'll drop it in. So good ball movement, a long possession for West Albany, and Jalen Schlegel with the two.
Brandon Dixon's got to be able to pull the trigger on that three when he's got that much time.
Spencer McCarron bounces it down low to Josh Kibbe. A hook shot over Jalen, too strong. Rebound, Nate Sherwood. Off to Reed. Quickly ahead for Chad, out on the left wing. Down inside for Jalen, spinning on Kibbe. Now backs it out on the baseline and throws it away into the hands of Brodus. A turnover as Dallas takes it 2-0 West Albany. 6:25 to go in the first quarter. McCarron to Brodus. Out between the circles with Nate Sherwood on him. Attacking left the lane. Wild shot, too strong off glass. Rebound, Chad Sherwood.
Great rebound by Chad. Perfect position.
And Chad racing. A pull-up jumper at the other end. Perfect from Chad Sherwood. Really accelerating into front court and put it in. 4-0 West.
Dallas coaches wanted to travel on that play by Chad. Not so sure they're wrong.
I think Chad even motioned on his way back up the floor that he thought he walked. But he got away with it. As Kibbe holds it way on the right wing. Now to the top for Church. Church with Chad Sherwood draped on him. Puts one dribble, now gives it off into the corner for Tyler Sommerfeld, the point guard. Sommerfeld back up top for Brodus. Brodus underhands it to Church. Church's pass tipped into the hands of Kibbe. Now back to Sommerfeld, right for McCarron. Down low it goes Brodus, backing out on Nate Sherwood. Into the key. Fadeaway shot blocked by Nate and pulled down by Jalen Schlegel. Up ahead to Chad Sherwood on the run. Picks up the dribble at the wing. Spins away from Church, drops it down low for Nate, in through a double team, lays it up, no good, and a rebound tip to Brodus. Dallas on the run with Brodus up the left side, pulling it back. 5:20 to go first quarter, 4-0 West Albany. Church feeds Sommerfeld out near midcourt, so he Reed in the defensive stance. Sommerfeld comes back left for Brodus. And Brodus fires it off for Kibbe. Kibbe guarded by Nate Sherwood. Back out to McCarron, couldn't handle it, goes back to get it between the circles. High screen coming. He won't use it. Has it knocked away and stolen by Jalen. One-on-one to the rim with McCarron. Puts it up and in with a foul. Well, if Jalen could have gotten some space and his footing, he would have thrown that down, but he'll take the chance for three.
Yeah, defender right in his hip pocket as he taking it in transition. But what body control to be able to switch that over to the left hand and still absorb that contact and put it in. Chance for three. A chance for a great start here with the Bulldogs to take a 7-0 lead.
Got some wholesale subs as Dixon, Reed, and Nate Sherwood come out. Jesse Berkey, Brady Young, Ben Engel all come in, and Josh Bryant is crouching at the table if Jalen puts in this free throw.
And I think we'll see Brandon Dixon back in here shortly. I think coaches want to be able to just talk to him and say, hey, you know what? When you get that open look, you're in the starting lineup. We expect you to pull the trigger on that three.
Jalen missing on the free throw. Dallas with the rebound the other way. Cole Church high out on the left wing. Into the middle for Sommerfeld. High post Brodus knocked away and stolen by Brady Young. 6-0 West Albany. 4:38 to go in the first quarter. Berkey feeds Young off to Engel on the left side, lobbing it in for Jalen. Tough catch by Jalen in between two Dragons. Goes up and drops it in. Schlegel aggressive from the start. He's got 6. It's 8-0 Bulldogs.
Well, nice job of going and getting that ball. It was a tough pass to handle. Jalen goes up and gets it, and then good body control to spin around and get the hoop.
Dallas is struggling to get any kind of a good look here. It's Kibbe. Fires it cross court for Brodus. Brodus behind the foul line, kicks to Cole Church. Church off to the left for Sommerfeld. Left-handed three, in and out, no good. Rebounded Jalen Schlegel. Off to Chad Sherwood.
Jalen probably up to 3 or 4 rebounds here already in this game. Perfect position.
Impacting the scorebook in a lot of different ways early. Chad Sherwood around a screen from Jalen. Fires a three, in and out, no good. Rebound Dallas with Kibbe. Off to McCarron, more than midway through the first quarter. Bulldogs still pitching a shutout, 8-0. Brodus on the low blocks, out to McCarron. He'll fire an open three. That's an air ball long, rebounded by Chad Sherwood. Chad through traffic, and we're going to get a whistle and a double dribble. Now, Coach Zimmerman's saying that the ball was hit.
Yeah, referees are going to have a chat, but I think Coach Zim's going to lose this battle. Ball was tipped, and it forced Chad into a situation where he had to put both hands on the ball. I think probably an accurate call, but a little unusual is called by the down court referee on that.
So an unfortunate break as the inbounds pass has to be chased down way in backcourt by Sommerfeld. Ben Engel all over him, getting some help from John Ritchie, who was in the game for the first time, as Ritchie will bring it up against Chad Sherwood. Zachary Benfit also in, along with Isaac Tishner for Dallas. Josh Bryant has checked in as Jalen Schlegel is out for West Albany. Dragons looking for something on offense as Ritchie fires into the corner. Tishner will fire a 3. That's long. Rebound to Benfit. Out to Brodus. He'll fire a 2. That's off. No good. Rebound Chad Sherwood. 8-0 West. 3:06 to go in the first quarter as Chad Sherwood throws it left side and nobody home. Out of bounds. Berkey tried to chase it down and could not.
Yeah, Chad thought his outlet man was going to be out there, and Jesse Berkey had been running the floor in case he could get a down court pass, and just didn't play out. Throws it into the second row, and we're going the other way.
Nate Sherwood, Sawyer Reed return for West Albany. Chad Sherwood out, along with Jesse Berkey. Tishner hands it off to Benfit in front court, guarded by Bryant, trying to push it baseline on him. Goes up around Bryant and angle, missed the shot. Rebound loose on the baseline, and last by Dallas. Belonging to West Albany.
I'm liking the energy that we're seeing from West right now. No matter who's on the floor, everybody seems to have a little bit extra in their step. 8-point lead will do that for you.
Yeah.
Really, really very good energy, especially on the defensive side. We're seeing great energy from the Bulldogs right now.
Ball deflected out of bounds on the far side. West will keep it. Jalen Schlegel comes in during the stoppage. Brady Young checks out. Sawyer Reed takes the inbound. Gives to Ben Engel out on the right wing. Engel has it knocked away and out of bounds. West will try it again. 8-0 Bulldogs. 2:38 to go in the first. West not exactly setting the world on fire offensively.
Opportunity for an alley-oop right here.
Yep, there it is. A lob for Nate that actually hit the back rim. Rebounded by Jalen Schlegel. Jalen has his pass deflected into the hands of Engel and back up top for Reed. Reed pushing it down to the baseline, hands it off to Nate Sherwood. Inside quickly for Jalen. Jalen is being held on the catch, and there is a whistle and a foul. Just the second foul of this first quarter. It will go against Hayden Brodus.
You know what we're seeing from Jalen Schlegel right now? You could already tell that his temper's kind of starting to build a little bit. That's because he's got two players draped on him when he's trying to receive that pass. An angry Jalen is not a bad Jalen.
The inbound comes to him. Little jumper on the way. It's short. Rebound. Sawyer Reed, offensive board in traffic. He'll pull it all the way back up top. Working his way right. Goes to the corner for Josh Bryant. Bryant feeds Schlegel. Inside for Nate. Taps it out to Sawyer Reed. In rhythm for 3. Good. Sawyer a triple. And it's 11-0 West Albany. Sawyer Reed, no hesitation on the catch. Was open on the left wing. Put it in. Has a near steal at midcourt. Now they're going to get a reach and a foul on Josh Bryant. First foul on West Albany. The Bulldogs with an 11-0 lead. 1:55 to go in the first.
Heads up defensive play by Nate Sherwood on that. It ultimately ended up with a foul on Josh Bryant, but as the player he was defending spun around, he went on the back side of that and tried to pick that ball.
Hayden Brodus comes up top for Benfit. That's thrown away into backcourt. Ritchie will touch it up for the over and back violation. West Albany will get it back. Now, I don't want to curse anything here with 1:46 to go in the first. I don't recall the last time we saw a scoreless quarter in high school. But right
I wasn't
now,
going to say it.
It's 11-0.
Minute 46 to go here. Thanks. Thanks for that.
Just wanted to throw it out there. Sawyer Reed works it right. Goes into the corner for Jalen Schlegel. His pass tipped into the hands of Chad Sherwood. Skipping it left for Sawyer. Now to the left elbow for Bryant. Handing it off to Reed. Up top, another 3 on the way. Back rim this time. Offensive rebound, Nate Sherwood. Back to the right for Chad. Thought about the 3. Puts it on the deck. Drives in, gets mugged, and will shoot 2. Well, the Bulldogs to the offensive boards here a couple of times in the first quarter, and this time it will lead to 2 free throws.
And offensive boards isn't something that we've seen a ton of from the Bulldogs, and that's why I'm saying the spring that they've got going here, this start to this game, really crashing the boards at both ends.
Timeout on the floor. It's a 30-second break, so we'll keep it here. Farmers Insurance is the right choice for auto insurance. Home, life, business, boat, and RV insurance, and a whole lot more. Your local Farmers experts are Roland Brower and Tim Finley on 9th across from Mark Thomas Motors in Albany. Go Bulldogs. 11-0 West Albany here in the first quarter. Dallas has not had a lot of real great looks. The open looks they've had have gone wanting. Couldn't ask for a better start.
West Albany closing out on outside shooters so well so far in this game, and it's been one and done for Dallas. West Albany crashing the boards at both ends. I like the fact that we've seen a lot of different faces already in this game for West Albany, and those substitutions weren't for lack of performance. Those were because of guys tapping out because of the high pace of this game.
Now, West Albany getting out to the early burst here tonight at 11-0 and trying for the clean sweep is the varsity. Freshman won, I believe, by 29. Is that what I saw you write down there?
Yes, 29.
Yeah, the JVs won by double figures. I don't recall what the final margin was, around 15. In a game that was 22 at the half, got to within, I think, 11 was the closest that Dallas got. But a good contention that's come down from Dallas was really energized in the second half of that game.
Yes, they were. The coaching staff really exhorting them on, too. Freshman game, when I with 3 minutes left to go in the third, the West Albany freshmen were up 3 and then went on a 10-0 run to finish that third quarter. And then as Joel told me when he got back, they pushed that out to 29. That's quite a fourth quarter.
Wow. Stepping on the air hose in the fourth as Chad Sherwood hits both free throws. West leads 13-0 with 1:26 to go in the opening quarter. Sommerfeld in backcourt, doubled, gets rid of it up ahead to Ritchie, who crosses the timeline on the left side. Gets it to the middle for Tishner. Tishner, the left for Sommerfeld. The lefty may have skipped his way into that catch. A couple people calling for a travel, including Mr. Ordeman to my left. As Brodus, little push off on Nate outside the arc. Picks up his dribble, goes to John Ritchie. He might have skipped on the catch as Ritchie drives baseline and blew right through Keaton Bader. No whistle, missed the shot. Bader on the floor as the Bulldogs bring it up ahead. Jalen Schlegel down left of the lane. Fires it right for Nate Sherwood. Nate in the paint. No look down low for Bader, and it's stolen by Dallas. Ritchie got his hands on it up ahead to Sommerfeld. Into the corner. He goes for Benfit. Benfit back out top. It comes to Brodus. Now Sommerfeld on the right side, guarded by Reed. 30 seconds to go. Opening quarter. 13-0 West Albany. Ritchie out near center court. Bader on him. Back to the right it goes for Kibbe. Kibbe with Sherwood's hand in his face. Pass stolen by Chad Sherwood on the run all the way in. Chad will lay it in. Did the smart thing. We saw him miss a dunk once earlier this year. He goes for the routine layup, and it's 15-0
If
West
he's coming
Albany.
from the left side, he throws that down.
10 seconds to go in the first quarter. Kibbe way out on the left side. Feeds Ritchie. Ritchie to Brodus. Brodus back to Ritchie. Fires a three. No good. And there is a scoreless quarter. How about that? At the end of one, West Albany 15, Dallas nothing. We'll come back for the second at KSHO.
Willamette Community Bank is proud to support local high school sports, music, and scholastic programs. Hi, this is Kevin Thomas, Vice President with Willamette Community Bank. Be part of the team and get behind our schools and our future leaders, serving you with branches in Albany and Lebanon.
Willamette Community Bank, service like no other, we promise. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Taking a detour down a gravel road isn't fun for you or your tires. Luckily at Les Schwab, along with great prices, all of our car or pickup tires come with the kind of protection most other places don't give you, like free flat repairs and more. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
The mission of Now Builders is treat every job like it's their only job, no matter how big or small, and they don't stop until their customer is 100% satisfied 100% of the time. Check out their portfolio of fine work at nowbuilders.com. Call Now Builders at 541-926-2858.
Figaro's in Albany now has the Ultimate Super Combo and the Ultimate Super Meat, only $16.99 or $17.99 baked. Albany Figaro's in front of Fred Meyer. And ask about their gluten-free crust, 541-924-9303.
Unforgettable 920.
Start of the second quarter from West Albany High School, 15-0. West Albany leading Dallas as the Dragons with the first possession of the second quarter throw it away into the hands of Chad Sherwood on the run to the rim. Chad lays it in again. 17-0 West Albany. Gabe Richard on the floor for Dallas runs the point, bringing it up against Sawyer Reed. Reed feeds Titchener near midcourt. Doubled, comes to the high post for Ritchie. Right for Kibbe, batted away by Schlegel. Now it comes to Kibbe, into Ritchie. Ritchie driving in, left it short. The rebound volleyed into the hands of Sawyer Reed. Reed up ahead for Dixon on the jump stop. Back to the trailing Nate Sherwood. Attacks, goes in, has it swatted away. And out of bounds. It'll stay with West Albany. 7:17 to go, first half. And that 0 on the Dallas side, just stunning. Chad Sherwood inbounds. Gets it to Sawyer Reed just inside the arc in the right corner. Down low for Jalen, got good position, and they'll say he stepped out of bounds on the baseline. So turnover, come back the other way with Dallas inbounding against full court pressure.
Well, if his size 14s or size 13s, he probably doesn't step out there. He's amazed that he stepped out.
Had a toenail out of bounds, I guess. As Richard doubled in the backcourt, bounces it off to Tishner. Tishner looking for help, comes back for Richard. Richard does get it ahead for Ritchie, a chance to pin him there. He gets rid of it to Kibbe. Kibbe cross court for Tishner, now to the hands of Richard, and Dallas is able to set an offense. To the right, John Ritchie on the wing. Up top for Brodus. Brodus left for Richard. Steps into a three and hits it. And there's Dallas's first bucket of the night. A three with 6:40 to go in the first half. 17-3, West Albany.
Can't get complacent here. Got to keep the energy up.
As Sawyer Reed lobs it in for Jalen on the blocks. Cross court for Chad Sherwood. On the attack, Chad in the paint. Little teardrop is good. Nice attack from Sherwood.
Boy, I tell you, he lays those up so softly over the rim. How many times do we see him penetrate through the paint and go right over the top of the rim with that?
Brodus spinning to the foul line. A jumper is around and off. Rebound to Chad Sherwood. 19-3 West. Down near 6 minutes to go in the first half. Chad drops to the baseline for Nate. Now to Jalen. Into the corner for Dixon. Out to Reed. Everybody touching it. Reed drives in. Double clutches. Fires it off to Nate, who missed. Off the window. Too strong. Rebound Dallas. Sawyer Reed at the last moment decided to throw that one up for Nate. Just a tough angle. Brodus gets it off to Kibbe. Kibbe looking inside. Now goes left for Tishner. Tishner underhands it to Kibbe. Kibbe looking for something. Guarded by Jalen Schlegel. Goes left corner for Tishner. He'll fire over Chad Sherwood for three. An air ball. Rebounded by Brodus. Brodus out to Richard. Richard drives to the baseline. Got Reed in the air. Fires a jumper. That's an air ball long. Rebound Jalen Schlegel.
A lot of motion from Dallas in their offense. Not a lot of productive motion. They're doing a lot of cuts and a lot of passes, but it's all in the perimeter.
And some wild shots here in the early going. Chad Sherwood lobs it in for Jalen. On the blocks. Out to Sawyer Reed. He'll launch a three. That's way off to the right. Rebounded by Nate Sherwood. Nate keeping it alive out to Chad. Walks it inside for Dixon all alone, and Dixon can't finish. Tipped in, though, by Jalen Schlegel.
Nobody got a body on Jalen. Comes right up the middle and gets a nice tip.
Wholesale subs getting set to check in for West Albany. A couple of players tapping out here with 4:50 to go in the first half. Near steal at midcourt by Jalen. Ball underneath to Ritchie. Ritchie goes up over Chad. Adjusted by Chad. Missed and rebounded by Chad.
Chad's got to have half a dozen rebounds in this game. See if we can check on that.
Lob in for Jalen, who's bumped on the catch. Team foul number 4 on Dallas. West will inbound underneath, and 4 new come in for West. Ben Engel, Keaton Bader, Josh Bryant, Brady Young will all check in. Or Cody LaHoda, I beg your pardon. Will all check in.
Well, that's a great effort by that group. Well-deserved break here as they bring fresh lungs and fresh legs here out onto the floor for the Bulldogs.
Both teams do some of that. Daniel Thomas is in for Dallas. Cole Church has returned, along with Spencer McCarron. Brandon Dixon stays in for West. He inbounds to Bryant. Now up top for Engel. Engel crossing it over, goes to the corner for Cody LaHoda. Fires a three, a line drive that's up, around, and off. No. Dixon tries to tip and can't hit. Loose on the baseline is saved in by Dallas into the hands of Thomas. He'll hand it off to Richard, and Dallas will bring it up with 4:19 to go. First half, 21-3, West Albany. As up top, we're going to get a bump and a foul on Keaton Bader. Coach Zimmerman saying that Josh Kibbe was pushing off.
You think?
And he may have been.
Holy smokes. At up 21-3, it's not a call you're going to get. You just prefer to hear no whistles at that point.
Right. Just the second team foul on West, and the first on Bader as Dallas gets it in front court with Kibbe. Bader all over him. Kibbe, boy, how did he not walk? Looked like he dragged the pivot foot. Whistles are being put away here as Church gets it to Kibbe at the elbow. Bader still good defense straight up on him as Kibbe into traffic, back out to Thomas. Into the left corner, Church, a three on the way that's front rimming off. Thomas got the offensive rebound inside. Spinning in the paint, goes around Bryant and puts it in with the left hand. Pretty nicely done inside by Thomas. Second field goal for Dallas, 21-5, West Albany. LaHoda bounces it at the top for Dixon. Left for Engel, around to Bader screen. Now to the curling Bader, inside, around Thomas, blocked and fouled. And Keaton Bader with a nice drive through a double. Gets a layup. Now we're going to get a technical. Are they going to get Josh Bryant for this?
Yeah, they are. A little extracurricular. I was watching it, looking right at it, that right when it happened, there's a little contact between Josh Bryant and the other player. Josh gave him a little bit of a shove, and referee standing right on it.
The JV game got just a little bit chippy in the second half. Saw some words. As they're going to get free throws. Keaton Bader will have 2 free throws, but then Dallas is also going to have 2 for the technical, and Josh Bryant will check out. Isaiah Edwards is going to replace him.
Yeah, easy call on the technical for a referee in that situation. And you know, who knows? I didn't see what might have happened first. Could have been retaliatory. I don't know, but but certainly it's a call a referee has to make at that point.
So the technical, also a personal in high school. Bryant picks up his second for West Albany. Now 3 team fouls. So Keaton Bader gets his 2, and his first one is off, no good, back rim. 1 more for Bader, then Dallas will shoot 2 and get the ball.
One of those situations where you hope that this isn't a momentum buster or isn't something that provides some inspiration for this Dallas team. West Albany needs to just forget that just happened, and with this group of primarily reserves, with the exception of Brandon Dixon, they've got to keep this energy up and keep things going.
Bader hit the second free throw, so it's 22-5, and now Tyler Sommerfeld to shoot the 2 technical free throws, puts in the first. Sommerfeld's second free throw is good. John Birchfield's voice, I don't know if it's audible over the broadcast, but John over there with the short shorts and the cape on tonight, leading the student section, trying to heckle the free throw shooter Sommerfeld. It did not work. He got both.
I believe it's a line from a movie. Isn't that what he
It must have been. I didn't catch what movie it was from. 22-7 West. Dallas with the ball as Sommerfeld, guarded by Dixon, crisscrosses up top, works his way to the right, picks up the dribble, and feeds it to Church. Church is doubled, fires to the middle, errant, stolen by Brandon Dixon. Scoops it ahead for Bader. Touch pass, Ben Engel, who lays it in. Good job in transition by West Albany.
What an assist from Bader, too. I tell you, that touch pass, he had very little window of opportunity to make that work. Beautifully done.
24-7 West. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Church drives all the way down the lane and puts it in off the window. Cole Church with the aggressive drive, 24-9. Up ahead, Brandon Dixon. Pass on the 3, feeds up top for Lahota, now left for Engel. Engel gets a screen from Bader, works to the top of the key, fires it one-handed in the corner for Lahota. As Lahota backs it to the wing. Now a bounce pass for Dixon. Left it goes again for Engel on the left wing, just in front of the Dragons bench, to the free throw line for Edwards. Right side, Brandon Dixon for 3. Good! And now you wonder why he didn't take the ones earlier in the game. He's got a good stroke.
Yeah, he really
and he puts
does.
that one down.
He really does. His shooting has improved so much over the years. Great to see him get that one to drop.
27-9 West. As Kibbe lost his footing and turned it over. Bader to the floor to save it into the hands of Dixon. Brandon long ahead for Lahota. Lahota bouncing it down low for Edwards. Back out to Lahota. He'll fire a 3 and hit it. 30-9 West Albany with 2 minutes to go in the half.
Boy, everybody getting in on the act, and they're getting such great open looks. Dallas just a little bit slow in their rotations, not getting out to shooters, and West Albany's just having a field day.
Cole Church in the midcourt logo goes to the right, and before the pass is caught, a whistle and a foul on Ben Engel, who bumped Josh Kibbe. Again, big-time subs. Bryant, Chad Sherwood, Sawyer Reed, Jesse Berkey in. Isaiah Edwards will stay out there for West. These are some of the subs we're used to seeing from South Albany.
Yeah,
I used to call them the line shifts like hockey.
It's interesting, too, Ryan, when you think about it, if this is the only game in the Mid-Willamette Conference, no doubt Corvallis has somebody here watching this game, and they're seeing platooning by Coach Zimmerman. They got to be scratching their heads a little bit.
Cole Church along the baseline over Edwards, no, but a foul, as they'll say Edwards got him with the body. So 2 free throws to come here for Cole Church. The lead.
Sorry, Ryan, go ahead.
I was just going to say that the lead had ballooned to 21. West's biggest lead with 1:44 to go in the half.
Isaiah Edwards with the responsibility to come over and get that play stopped before the player got to the key, gets there just a half step late and draws the foul.
Cole Church's free throw no good. Hit every piece of the iron but came off. Second one on its way. In and out, no good. No friendly bounce for Church here on the road. Rebound to Edwards, up ahead to Reed. Reed underhands it to Sherwood. Chad all the way around the top. He'll step into a 3 that's around and off, no good. Berkey tried to tip it. It's chased in the corner by Bryant. Back out to Reed, and West gets another second try. A handful of offensive rebounds here in the first half for the Bulldogs. That's encouraging to see, something they have not had a lot of throughout the year. Berkey passed on the 3, tried to go into Bryant's off his fingertips and out of bounds.
Just surprised Josh a little bit, and would have been a great play if Josh is able to bring that in. He just has one simple spin, and he's at the hoop.
Well, Josh Bryant knows better than anybody that Jesse Berkey has a great outside shooting touch, and I think he expected that one to go up.
I think everybody in the gym expected that
I
to
certainly
go up.
did. As Sommerfeld brings it up for Dallas, weaving his way through the Bulldog D. Comes to a jump stop, fires a tough shot, an air ball long, rebound by Bryant. Ill-advised shot by Sommerfeld. Up ahead to Reed. As Reed wants to push, got inside, had it deflected by Berkey, who saves it up top, and this will go into backcourt for a violation. Jalen Schlegel, good hustle to touch it up, but Dallas will take it with 57.5 to go in the first half.
Well, it's an outstanding first half by the Bulldogs on both ends of the floor. I like what they've done in transition. They've gotten some steals defensively, turned them into points at the other end.
Nate Sherwood back in for West Albany. Hayden, I'm now hearing Broadus, comes in for Dallas. B-R-O-A-D-U-S. If you look at it phonetically, I guess it would be Broadus.
And Joel asked somebody prior to the game, Brodus or Broadus? Brodus.
Aha, got to stick with my instincts. It's into the corner, it's Brodus. Now to the corner for Church. Church up top for Sommerfeld. To the right again for Church. Down low, Benfit. Little fade away from the baseline, no good. Rebound spiked on the baseline, out of bounds, off Dallas. Belonging to West Albany with 40 seconds to go in the half. Jesse Berkey, after a very brief rest, will come back in. Josh Bryant will check out.
Getting another shooter here with 40.1 to go here in the first half. Getting another shooter in.
So it's Reed with Berkey, the Sherwoods, and Schlegel for West. As Reed crosses the timeline, angling right. Goes to Chad Sherwood just in front of the Bulldog band. Chad holds, fires it cross court for Sawyer Reed. A good save by Sawyer, using every bit of his 5'10 frame to go get it. And Sawyer comes back up top for Nate. Nate underhands it to Chad, curling left into the corner for Sawyer. Did not want to take the three. He'll back it out. Maybe now West plays for one. No, they don't. Chad will take a three. Spins it in and out. No good. Rebound Dallas. Benfit with 6 seconds. Gets it to Sommerfeld. Coming right for McCarron with 2. McCarron for 3 at the horn. It is good. Off front rim and in. That gets Dallas into double figures at the half. At the break, it's West Albany 30. And Dallas 12. We'll come back here in a moment at 9:20 KSHO.
Making life easier and more productive, that's what Lynn Benton Tractor can do for you. And it all begins by discovering how the full line of Kubota equipment can help.
Lynn Benton Tractor, we're still doing business the American way.
Highway 99E Tangent.
Need extra money? H&R Block offers the Emerald Advance, a line of credit up to $1,000 that you could start using today. No W-2 required. Stop by a participating office to apply or call 1-800-HR-BLOCK to learn more. H&R Block Emerald Advance, line of credit offered through H&R Block Bank. Member FDIC, participating offices subject to credit approval. Please apply. See HR Block/Emerald Advance for details. 2012 HRB Tax Group Incorporated offered January 15, 2015. OVTP B1550.
Hi, this is Serena at your neighborhood H&R Block in Albany, Lebanon, Corvallis. Call us today at 541-928-6432 and see what it means to never settle for less when it comes to your taxes.
If you'd like to do it yourself or need helpful advice doing it, your neighborhood Ace Hardware and Contractor Center can help. Economy Supply Building Center has been that helpful place for over 58 years. Economy Supply Building Center, where Highway 34 becomes Tangent Street in Lebanon.
Unforgettable 920.
Back here at West Albany High School, it is halftime with West leading Dallas 30-12. Ryan Pitts, Wally Ordeman, Joel Getzford with you here tonight. And a special mention to the sometimes honorary member, actually always honorary member and sometimes official member of the broadcasting crew, John Birchfield, who during the halftime hoop shoot just took one from maybe 5 feet inside half court and banked it in. So he won himself a 2-liter. Little motion over to us there. That's what the point was for, as he was heading back over to the sidelines.
Oh, man, the caped one showing he's still got some game.
Well, West Albany's had plenty of game in the first half, 30-12. Dallas did not score in the first quarter. That's something I think, again, it deserves mention. West Albany's defense was suffocating. The Bulldogs were able to get it done on both ends of the floor, push their lead up to 21. Dallas gets the buzzer-beating 3 just to get into double figures and pull to within 18 at halftime, but it's been all Bulldogs.
Yeah, it really has. And not to start with the negative, but Coach Zimmerman's got a teaching moment that I'm sure he's talking about right now. And that's the fact that, if you're in a tight game here, you've got 20 to 30 seconds, 40 seconds, I think, actually, when West got the ball on that last possession, and you want to work for one final shot of the quarter. Take that shot with 10 seconds to go, and then Dallas comes down and gets that last second 3 to finish out the half. It's a momentum shifter, but it's one of those teaching moments where you say, hey, when I say I want the last shot of the half, I mean it. I want the last shot of the half. So a teaching moment there for the Bulldogs. But other than that, I think they've rebounded so well. Chad Sherwood's got to have 5 or 6 rebounds already himself. Nate Sherwood, I may be wrong. I think he's over. I don't think he scored in that first half. And when Nate, we talked about him in the pregame, averaging over 10 points a game on the season so far. when he's not getting it done and then somebody else steps in and fills that void, that's getting things done for the Bulldogs, and you like to see that. A lot of faces, a lot of different faces on the floor for the Bulldogs in that first half. The rebounding was solid at both ends. Defensively, excuse me, especially that first quarter where Dallas couldn't get a shot off cleanly. Lots of motion, lots of moving parts to their offense, but no clean looks at the hoop. West Albany is closing out really well. It was just a great first half for the Bulldogs all the way around.
Yeah, when Dallas has been able to put the ball in the air, they have not been accurate. I mean this with no disrespect. This is one of those just reporting the facts kind of statements. But I think they shot more air balls in the first half than I can recall any team shooting in recent memory here at West Albany. When they were able to get the looks, they really weren't close.
Yeah, and that's some of that is going into panic mode. When you're down 17-0 or 19-0 or whatever the case may be, you can start to huck up some shots that maybe you wouldn't ordinarily and wouldn't in your own practice gym. But you're on foreign turf. You're down by a bunch of points, and you think, I got to get some shots up. We got to see if we can get something to fall. And so I think that has something to do with it, certainly. West needs to be aware of that. If they're going to start taking some crazy shots, West needs to position themselves to rebound on the opposite side of the basket, because that a lot of times, when a shot goes up and it's especially from an unorthodox position. Birchfield just hit another one, by the way.
Did he?
Yeah,
wow.
About
so
2 feet inside. But West has to be aware of that Dallas is taking some crazy shots and just be ready to grab the boards.
You have an update from the girls' game being played tonight. I assume that's courtesy again of David Kale.
David Kale sent me that score. The West Albany Bulldog girls up 38-17 at the half at Dallas.
Pretty big game coming up for them later this week with Corvallis. That's a huge game. Corvallis is very good again with the daughter of Greg Robinson leading the way. Very powerful team, but West Albany continuing to be strong and undefeated. 30-12, West Albany leading Dallas here at half in the boys' game. We'll take a timeout, come back, and go over some first half numbers right around the corner here at 920 KSHO.
Need some electrical work in your home or business, but it just seems like too small of a job to call the pros? No matter what the job, call City and Suburban Electric. Proud to be a contributing member of our community. City and Suburban Electric. Call 451-5609.
Lassen RV in Albany has the new RV models on the lot now, ready for you to buy. Lassen RV Service Department has a new truckload of parts and accessories on sale just in time for fall fix-up. From changing a light bulb to rebuilding your entire RV. No job is too big or too small for Lassen RV in Albany, where friends send their friends.
Join the fun at the Albany Athletic Club. Group fitness classes from low-impact dance to traditional circuit training, plus racquetball and more. Watch your waistline shrink and your health improve every day. Start now at the Albany Athletic Club on Hickory next to Tom's Garden Center.
You will come out a winner at Power Honda. Their talented staff will show you how easy it is to get the vehicle you want and the payment you need. Check out mypowerhonda.com. Call 928-0122 or just go in to Power Honda, Highway 20 east of I-5 in Albany, your Honda Superstore.
Unforgettable 920.
Back here at West Albany High School as West Albany leads Dallas 30-12 at halftime. Very pleased to welcome in Joel Getzfred, who's keeping our stats here tonight. Joel, I greatly appreciate you being here on short notice, keeping the book for us. It's been a pretty good half for West Albany. All the numbers you got, take it away.
Yeah, West Albany's having a great half. It's a story of rebounds and defense. They have a total of 14 rebounds versus Dallas is only 4 rebounds, and 7 steals versus 1 steal for Dallas. It's really Chad Sherwood and Jalen Schlegel have both shot very well. Chad's 4 for 5 from the 2-point line. Jalen's 4 for 5 for the combined 80% in 2-point land. So the team's shooting 56%, 9 for 16. 3 points, they're shooting 3 for 8. So they've been really effective on the offensive end as well as on the defensive end. Holding Dallas to 0 points in the first quarter. Loosen up the dam a little bit in the second quarter, giving up 12 points. But Dallas is shooting a total of 21% from the field. So with that kind of shooting percentage, and that helps get us rebounds for sure.
Definitely. All right. Got any other numbers there for us?
Well, we got total fouls, same 5 fouls for each team. No one in serious foul trouble. Everyone has 2 or less fouls. Shooting 60% from the free throw line. So a total of 30 points for Bulldogs and 12 for the Dragons.
30 points in the first half here, West Albany. Wally just showed me a note, said Cooper Getsford scored 31 points against Woodburn. I'm guessing there has to be some sort of a relation there.
That's my son. Yeah, he scored 29 tonight. Just have to say it too. So
wow. Well,
he's the future of the Bulldogs.
We'll look forward to seeing him here in a couple of years. Thank you, Joel. Thanks for being here with the stats.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Joel Getsford with our first half stats here tonight. West Albany leading Dallas 30-12. We'll take a break and come back with the start of the third quarter. It's Bulldog basketball tonight on KSHO.
Albany Burgerville is now featuring the Ham Havarti Sandwich, all natural Diamond Ranch ham layered with melted Havarti cheese on a toasted hoagie roll and the chocolate hazelnut milkshake. Pick up an Albany Burgerville rewards card now. Cash for every dollar spent. Albany Burgerville, fresh, local, sustainable. Albany Grocery Outlet Bargain Market across from the Heritage Mall has Senior Day, the first Tuesday of every month. $2 off every purchase of $15 or more. Albany Grocery Outlet Bargain Market. 100% satisfaction guaranteed across from the Heritage Mall with bargains on the brands you trust.
We're Linco Federal Credit Union. Keep your money in Linn County with Linco Federal Credit Union. Enjoy a visit with one of our friendly staff at a neighborhood branch near you today. Linco Federal Credit Union in Albany, Lebanon, and Sweet Home. In Linn, you're in.
Family owned and operated since 1979, Crabtree Auto stresses the small stuff when it comes to maintaining your vehicle. An oil change every 3,000 miles is a small thing now, but adds up to big rewards down the road. Crabtree Auto on Hill Street, just south of 9th in Albany.
920 KSHO.
Yeah, back here at West Albany High School, just about set for the start of quarter number 3. Ryan Pitts, Wally Ordeman, and Joel Getsford here with you tonight. Our thanks for joining us. We'll be back with you on Friday night. Of that, I'm certain. Last time I wasn't sure when our next broadcast would be. Tonight, I can say for sure it will be Friday night at Corvallis. And that will be a mighty big game for West Albany. They have not beaten the Spartans since Mid-Willamette Conference play started 5 years ago. So West will be looking for a little bit of revenge.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely right. And this West Albany team coming into the season, expectations so high, and Corvallis possibly a little bit down. I think West feels that this is a game, 2 games during the season that they can get from the Spartans.
I misspoke. It's 6 years now. Corvallis has won all 12. This is year 7 of the Mid-Willamette Conference. As the Bulldogs start with possession here in the third quarter, working at the rim down to our right. And Chad Sherwood trying to start it off with a jumper that rattles in and out, no good. And the rebound comes down to Dallas. It's Cole Church. Gathers it. Long up ahead for Kibbe in the corner. Now to Brodus. Brodus directing some traffic. Goes to the right for Sommerfeld. Now to the corner for Church. Church comes up top for McCarron, who hit the 3 just before the end of the first half. Brodus traveling with the ball. Went to put it on the floor, shuffled the feet, and that time they did blow the whistle. I thought there were a couple in the first half, or maybe they could have and did not. That time they didn't let it go.
Brodus, just a sophomore, listed at 6'5", really looks athletic. Got some game coming for him in the next few years.
And a turnover. Dixon tried to get it in for Schlegel, batted away and stolen. He has Kibbe, tapped it to Sommerfeld, who goes in front court for Kibbe. Kibbe, little ball fake, now right corner for Church. Church gets it back to the top of the key for Sommerfeld, guarded by Dixon. Into the hands of Kibbe. Schlegel extending the arms out on him, now right for Church on the wing. Church, a ball fake, and back out to Brodus. More than a minute gone by in the third quarter. Still 30-12 West Albany. Sommerfeld feeds Kibbe out between the circles, goes right for Church. A 3 over Chad Sherwood is good. So Dallas with back-to-back 3s, if you count the one at the end of the first half, and they trail by 15. Again, this is one of those spots where you say the Bulldogs cannot go into a lull. Brandon Dixon will fire a 3 and hit again. That's a big answer from Brandon Dixon.
Boy, it sure is. You like that answer. You like it coming from him, too. Just builds more and more confidence in Brandon Dixon.
Back-to-back 3s after Brandon was very hesitant to shoot in the early going. Church in front court to Brodus. Brodus to the right for McCarron. He'll launch a 3. He'll hit it, and suddenly a three-point shooting contest is broken out. 33-18. Chad Sherwood in front court. Down low for Jalen Schlegel on the blocks. Jalen spinning his way to the baseline. Had it knocked away out of bounds. West Albany will keep it. Jalen may have taken a little bump in the nose there.
Well, West can afford to be a little bit deliberate here. Keep working the inside out. see if they get some opportunities.
Quick inbound, Nate Sherwood. He tried to spin it in, could not, but got fouled, and 2 free throws coming here for Nate.
Late call from the referee. I think he was just going to let it go if that shot had gone. Great out of bounds play. Bulldogs, easy look for Nate. Not able to get it to go, but goes to the line for 2.
Really had to put a lot of English on that shot. Couldn't spin it in. Now gets the free throws and hits the first, so he's in the book. 34-18 West.
I was concerned about Nate. little worried he wasn't going to score.
Yeah. Coming off league games of 18, 25, 17, and 11. Now with his first 2 here tonight as he hits both free throws. 35-18 West, 5:55 to go in the third quarter. Sommerfeld brings it up, comes all the way across the top. Now right for McCarron. On a dribble drive, had it poked away and stolen by Nate. Nate, 2-on-4 up ahead with Sawyer Reed. Reed will pull it back to the trailing Chad Sherwood. Chad is hip check. Tough shot and put it in anyway. Chad got bumped. No whistle came. He threw up a tough shot and threw it in. 37-18 West. Tough shot by Chad. As Sommerfeld poked away by Sawyer, and then we're going to get a foul on Sommerfeld as Reed had the steal. And Sommerfeld grabbed a hold of him.
And Sommerfeld, if he doesn't do that, Sawyer Reed gets that ball up to Nate, and he's either got a great assist to Jalen for the dunk, or Nate takes it himself for the tomahawk.
So one way or another, Sommerfeld robbed us of a highlight there. His first foul, Dallas' second. Nate feeds Chad out on the right wing, backdoor for Chad off the front of the rim, and Nate saves it in nicely to Sawyer. Underneath for Jalen, tough catch. He saves it to Chad for 3. Yeah, he got it. A wild possession for West Albany culminates in a 3.
And that's trusting your teammates, Ryan, to know where they're going to be when you get yourself in an awkward position, knowing that you can throw that ball and they're going to be in that spot. A lot of trust right there.
Nate had to save on the far side. It wound underneath to Jalen, who had to save it in for Chad, and Chad hit a 3. Now a turnover by Dallas into the hands of Jalen. Bringing it up on his own, spinning at the top of the key, had it knocked away, and an offensive foul on Jalen Schlegel. As Jalen mouths, whoa. And I would do the same. A little bit of a flop, but an offensive foul on Schlegel, his first.
Well, at 40-18, you're not going to get the benefit of too many calls, but that's another one where you probably just swallow the whistle and let the action go on.
And an errant pass and a careless turnover for Dallas on the inbound as McCarron tried to bounce it to Church and threw it right out of bounds. So the Bulldogs will inbound it underneath their rim. Chad Sherwood to play it in. Bounces it quickly in for Nate. Nate underneath, blocked away. Jalen picked it up and missed the shot, follows it, and puts it in off the window. Jalen just padding his stats. He just wanted a rebound on it. The Bulldogs up by 24 now. Pass ahead to Church. Corner 3. Good for Cole Church. Well, Dallas has some outside shooters, apparently. It's about the only looks they can get right now. 42-21 West. Reed to Dixon. Inside for Jalen. Got his man pinned. Goes in. Puts it off the window and in. Too easy. And a quick whistle and a timeout taken by the Bulldogs. A 30. 44-21 West Albany. Wally, I know you've got something very dear and near to you that you want to talk a little bit more about here during the break.
Well, I appreciate that. The West Albany Sports Hall of Fame coming up this Saturday at the Albany Boys and Girls Club. 5:30 social time, 6:30 dinner, 7 o'clock induction. Some great inductees, some history really within the West Albany community being inducted into the Hall of Fame this year. You've got Rich Harper for baseball, Paul Jackson wrestling, Julie O'Hearn with tennis, and Ron Loney, community member, the 74 golf team, and the 43 baseball team. Just some class and classic athletes and coaches and community people here, some solid citizens as well, and well deserving of the induction. Tickets are still available at the West Albany High School office, so I encourage everybody to get out and support West Albany in that way, put on by the West Albany Sports Foundation.
Yeah, maybe in a subsequent break I'll give you an opportunity to name the members of the West Albany Sports Foundation, because I know you want to make sure that they all get their due as well.
Bet.
Out of the timeout, 44-21 West, as we're going to get a whistle and a foul on the catch. Long ahead, Nate Sherwood going to be called for the foul as he tried to rip it away from Zachary Benfit.
Only the second team foul on the Bulldogs.
And Nate with his first. We have not seen a lot of fouls in the game
tonight,
as it's been one-sided from the start. And the officials have let a lot go. As John Ritchie takes the inbounds pass out between the circles. Goes to the high post for Brodus. Jumper in the lane, way strong. Off the backboard, and a rebound for Sawyer Reed, who took it away from the 6'5 Brodus. Reed up ahead for Chad. Chad, cross-court right for Dixon. Dixon to Schlegel. Schlegel in for Nate. Nate over Brodus, jumper, no good. Rebound, pulled down by Tishner for Dallas. Back now to Gabe Richard. He'll rifle it ahead for Brodus. Bouncing to the baseline and off West Albany, deflected. It will stay with Dallas. Jalen Schlegel tapping the top of his head. And a sub coming in, Josh Bryant.
West did a good job getting back defensively in transition there. Dallas trying to push the ball up a little bit with the long full court pass. West Albany did a good job getting back there in transition and defending.
Richard to inbound, lobs it in for Tishner on the wing. Double team there, quickly into Ritchie, trying to split a double inside, and he does. Goes between Bryant and Dixon and put it off the window. Lob up ahead, stolen by Benfit. 44-23 West Albany as Dallas will bring it up. 3:15 to go in the third. You get a whistle. And Nate's got a little cut. Nate Sherwood, I don't know if it's from when he hit the floor a moment ago, going for that pass, but he's got a little cut. Some blood on his leg, so he has to come out. Keaton Bader will check in. Should be a pretty easy fix. Wipe it up, put a little Band-Aid on it, and he'll be right back in. Tishner gets it in front court. Now to Brodus at the foul line. Bounce pass baseline for Ritchie. Up and over Bader. No good. Around and off. Rebound comes down into the hands of Tishner. He'll bring it back out to the arc. And feed Richard on the wing. Down to Tishner. Back out to Richard. To Ritchie up top. Right side Tishner. Stolen by Chad Sherwood. On the run. Chad 1-on-2 all the way through. No. Got bumped and will go to the line for two. Thankfully, bounces right back up. Hit the ground hard. Bit of an awkward fall, but Chad will shoot 2 free throws out of it.
And Chad probably did the smart thing. A very difficult thing to do at such a high rate of speed as he's coming down, but tried to draw that contact as he went up. I think hoping for the and one. Hits awkwardly, but gets up, bounces right up, and goes to the line for two.
And his free throw is good. Good night from Chad Sherwood. As Cody LaHoda returns for West Albany, Brandon Dixon will check out. So on the floor for West, it's Reed, LaHoda, Bryant, Bader, and the free throw shooter, Chad Sherwood, whose second is up and good. 46-23, West Albany. Brodus inbounds to Richard, who will bring it up against Reed. Pushing it up the floor. Goes behind the back with the dribble. Now uses a screen from Benfit and fires it left for Ritchie. Ritchie down to Brodus. Left of the lane, backing out on LaHoda. Got around LaHoda. Missed the shot. A rebound to Josh Bryant. Have you noticed Brodus goes up off the wrong foot?
Yeah, I've seen that a couple of times.
He did it again. It just looks very awkward, and he missed again. It's LaHoda on the right wing. To the top for Chad. Free for three. Good! Chad Sherwood's having a big, big night. 49-23, West Albany. Here's Richard. Jab step up the floor again. A little separation from Reed as he goes left for Ritchie. Ritchie trying to back down on Bader, still outside the arc. Backs it all the way out, crossing right to left. Comes down the lane on the left side, missed the shot, and Bader pulls a strong rebound. Off to Chad Sherwood. Chad crossing Ritchie all the way at the top of the key. Pulls into a deep two. No good. A little heat check that time. He had a rebound by Brodus. Minute 45 to go. Third quarter. West Albany in command. 49-23.
And Chad's feeling it, isn't he?
He is. Ritchie to the right. Tishner. He'll launch a three from the corner and hit it. Well, Dallas again good from outside. As they are within 23 with 1:27 to go in the third.
I'm sorry, Ryan. I think West Albany knew that, but they've been so good closing out on their outside shooters in this game. So when they do get an open look, it just seems so rare.
Bader, good inside pass to Bryant, who could not finish. And a rebound to Dallas. Benfit up ahead for Ritchie. Ritchie cross court for Tishner. Now to the trailer, Benfit. He thought about a deep three and goes instead to Richard. Benfit's a big guy. I think everybody would have been surprised if he'd pulled that. Well, now he does pull a three. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Cody LaHoda. Everybody from Dallas apparently with a green light right now. As Reed comes to front court, just in front of the Bulldog bench. To the top for Chad Sherwood. Chad working his way in. And are going to get a foul.
Yeah, it was on Isaac Tishner, who had the back of the jersey of Keaton Bader. Bader's trying to roll away from a screen.
You don't see that real often. You could consider it an off-the-ball foul. It wasn't the ball carrier who was fouled, but holding the jersey of Keaton Bader. Second foul for Titchener, fourth for Dallas. 47.1 to go in the third. West Albany inbounding Brady Young, Ben Engel, Jesse Berkey all on the floor for West. As Lahota inbounds to Young, up top for Engel. Engel into the corner for Berkey. Good look at three for Jesse. Around and off, no good. Rebound to Dallas. Richard will bring it up the floor, coming down on a half-minute to go in the third quarter. Brodus on the drive all the way inside. Another wild shot. Rebounded by Ritchie, who puts it in. Well, when they look at film, Brodus can claim that was a pass, but another wild shot. Ritchie cleaned it up. 49-28. Berkey had it knocked away, stolen by Titchener. Threw it behind his back almost unnecessarily. He was a couple feet away from the baseline, but he did save it in. Now a pass in front court is tipped and stolen by West. With 7 seconds to go in the quarter, Ben Engel will bring it up the right side with 3 seconds, with 2. Underhands it to Bader. He'll fire at the horn and missed it off the front rim. Third quarter comes to a close. Still all West Albany tonight. 49-28, the lead over Dallas as we go to the fourth on KSHO.
Now is the time to buy a car at Mark Thomas Motors. 4 generations in the auto business and here to stay. Mark Thomas Motors is big on supporting local events. 3 locations in Albany: Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Hyundai, GMC, Buick, Pontiac. Now is the time to buy a car at Mark Thomas Motors in Albany.
Just like the Bulldogs, Courtesy Corner Shell gives you everything they have every time you drive in. Fast and friendly service, windows always clean. Non-ethanol fuels for small engines, boats, and vintage cars available. You can't beat Courtesy Corner Shell near Queen on Pacific Boulevard. They'll be happy to see you.
Lynn Lane's in Lebanon, home of the best burger in town.
Place to bowl is Lynn Lane's Bowling Center on South Main Road in Lebanon. And the people are real nice. And the Head Pin Restaurant, I'd go there even if the bowling alley wasn't attached.
Good family fun. Bowling.
Willamette Community Bank is proud to support local high school sports, music, and scholastic programs. Hi, this is Kevin Thomas, Vice President with Willamette Community Bank. Be part of the team and get behind our schools and our future leaders, serving you with branches in Albany and Lebanon.
Willamette Community Bank. Service like no other. We promise. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
920 KSHO.
Fourth quarter underway here at West Albany. Brandon Dixon got a steal and fired it ahead into the hands of Josh Kibbe for Dallas. He tried to get it ahead for Jalen Schlegel. Now another steal by Brandon. Up ahead he comes. Tried to scoop it to Schlegel. And stop me if you've heard this one before. Stolen by Kibbe. Off to Summerfelt.
Zimmerman's about ready to throw a chair. Go all Bobby Knight on us.
An interesting beginning to the fourth quarter. 49-28, West Albany with the lead. As Cole Church fires it to the corner for Summerfelt. To the top it goes there for Bradley Huey, and Huey threw it away. Looking for Church on the right side, right past him, out of bounds.
Found the flute player on the other side.
49-28, West Albany. Bulldogs led 17-0 out of the gate. It was 15-0 after a quarter, 17-0 early in the second. Bulldogs have led by as many as 26. Reed into the corner for Jalen Schlegel, guarded by Kibbe. Fires right side for Chad Sherwood. Fires a three, short. And a rebound pulled by Dallas and McCarran. McCarran bounces into the corner. Dribbling along the baseline is Summerfelt. Back out to Kibbe. To the top for McCarran. Pulling from the foul line. His jumper, way strong. Rebound, Chad Sherwood. And Chad will calm it down a little bit here in kind of a frenetic first minute 20 of the fourth.
And calmer is better at this point. You want to, after a couple of back turnovers here, you want to be able to just kind of get your bearings.
Chad feeds Dixon up at the top. Around a Nate Sherwood screen. Comes back now left to right. Feeds Sherwood. Just in front of a kneeling Todd Zimmerman at the West Albany bench. Chad pushes with the left hand. Got into the paint. Tough shot. Spun no good. Tipped in by Nate. Always nice when your little brother's there to help you out.
Isn't that the truth? I tell you, that's several follow-up hoops that we've seen from the Bulldogs. Dallas having a tough time getting a body on the Bulldogs as they're crashing the offensive boards.
Summerfelt, a deep two, goes off the front rim, and Brandon Dixon a strong board. Up to Sawyer Reed. Reed to Nate on the run, inside for Jalen. Jalen up around Kibbe, put it in, +1. Schlegel took the bump. The little baby hook is good. A chance for three. And this could match the Bulldogs' biggest lead with 5:46 left, as we'll see Cameron Dixon check in for West Albany. First time in a while.
Yeah, good to see Cameron back on the floor for the Bulldogs here as Isaiah Edwards gets ready to come onto the floor as well. Cam's such a spark anytime he comes on the floor. So athletic, elevates really well. Count on some boards from him and count on him getting to open spots. Moves really well without the ball.
As Jalen, free throw, good. Completes the three-point play, earns himself a rest as Isaiah Edwards checks in for him. Back to what you were talking about, Cameron Dixon and his athleticism. Before the referees got on the floor, when you're allowed to dunk, he did throw down a dunk in warm-ups. I mean, he can really get up.
And that's been going on for years.
Bradley Huey out on the wing, hounded by Nate Sherwood. Gets it into the hands of Church. Cameron Dixon has the defense there. As Church drives in, puts it off the fingertips of Huey up top and picked up by McCarron. McCarron to the right for Church. Cam all over him. Church one dribble, spinning, throws to the top, stolen by Brandon Dixon. Brandon one step into front court. Gets it off to Sawyer Reed. Reed dribbles back out to the top. Get in a high screen from Nate Sherwood. Instead goes around to the left. Ball knocked away, but into the hands of Edwards. Out to Brandon Dixon. Now straight away to Cam. Right side for Reed. Bulldogs back it out with 5 minutes to go in the game, leading by 26. Reed to Edwards. Back to Reed. To the top for Cameron Dixon. Left side, Brandon Dixon. Inside, Nate Sherwood.
Great ball movement by the Bulldogs.
Nate spinning inside the foul line jumper. Back rim. Rebound tipped by Edwards into the hands of Cole Church. So Dallas with it. 4:40 to go. Just playing it out here tonight. McCarron in the right corner for Dallas. Got around Dixon momentarily. Now feeds Huey. Huey fires it away. Bradley Huey, a couple times, has just fired the ball right past a teammate, and there was another one.
Listed at 6'5", just a sophomore. Again, 5 sophomores on this Dallas team.
And a couple of them with pretty good size. The 6'5 Protus, the 6'5 Huey. Daniel Thomas is in again, the 6'4 junior for Dallas. As Edwards feeds Reed. Reed, again, getting a screen from Nate Sherwood, pulling all the way to the top, and he's bumped and fouled by Sommerfeld with a reach.
Just 16 fouls on Dallas. Next time, Bulldogs will be in the 1-and-1.
Only two fouls on Sommerfeld, and only 2 on West Albany.
Great minds think alike.
That's right.
We're going the same place, ultimately.
Edwards to Brandon Dixon. Dixon goes left for Reed. He'll launch a three. Back rim. Rebound Cameron Dixon. Inside Cam. Off the wing. No good. Tipped by Nate. No. Brandon Dixon tried to chase it down, and it's finally pulled down by Kibbe of Dallas. Up to McCarron. Ahead for Church. Launching a three and hitting again. Boy, this Cole Church has a good touch from outside. Here's Reed. Beating Brandon Dixon. Cross court for Nate. Nate, uncontested free throw jumper. No good. And a rebound to Dallas.
Really a lid on the bucket here for Nate tonight. He makes contributions in so many other ways in a basketball game, but uncharacteristic. He's just having a tough time getting shots to fall.
They will call that foul on Brandon Dixon on the whistle, his first, Bulldogs' third. You can afford a cold night when the rest of your teammates have put you up by 23.
That's exactly right.
Ben Engel is in. Sawyer Reed comes out. Wouldn't imagine we'll see too much more of Nate out there either. The Bulldogs can afford to go to some reserves here with 3:40 left, leading by 23. As Sommerfeld up top, Church, another three. This one's no good. A rare miss from Church, and over the top on the rebound came Ben Engel.
I've said before, and well documented, that aggressive fouls on rebounds, as a coach, you're not going to mind that. Coming over the top, maybe a little bit, but you like the aggressiveness of Ben Engel, a guard, going in there and trying to get those rebounds.
Near steal on the inbound by Brandon Dixon as Ben just picked up his second, Bulldogs' fourth. Sits McCarron off to Sommerfeld, handing it to Church. Cam Dixon's got to be right in his hip pocket. As we get a foul, and now all of a sudden here, with the game decided and 3:19 to go, they'll start blowing the whistle aplenty. As the foul goes on Nate, his second, Bulldogs' fifth. Daniel Thomas checks right back in for Dallas after a brief rest. He has a sub coming in here. See if they get it in time. Yes, they will. It's Berkey. Here's the horn, and will come in for Brandon Dixon.
Not sure what the referee was waiting for on the other end. Dallas is ready to run their out-of-bounds play. Referee still had the ball in his hands.
Cole Church off the inbound for three. In and out, no good. That one was part way down. Rebounded by Berkey. Berkey off to the right for Engel. Engel down inside for Edwards, and a reach and a foul inside. We'll put Edwards at the line for a 1-1.
Well, let's make this night longer.
Yeah, why not? Hey, we have 3 days in between games.
Yes, we do.
Josh Kibbe with the foul, his 4th.
Can you broadcast on 3 days rest?
Give it my best. Used to doing it on 1, so I don't see why it would matter. Isaiah Edwards, free throw, no good, back rim. Well, the Bulldogs haven't scored in a little bit, but they lead it by 23 with 3 minutes to go. Tishner up ahead, guarded by Berkey. Goes into the corner for Kibbe. Kibbe guarded by Edwards. Lost the handle, got it back on the baseline. Fires it into the hands of Thomas, backing in on Cameron Dixon. Spins around him, goes off the window, and scores.
Really nice move.
And that's twice we've seen that from Thomas. The previous time he used the left hand. That time he goes off the window with the right hand, 54-33. Berkey inside for Isaiah. That time got good position, goes to the reverse, couldn't finish. Nate spikes the rebound out to Sommerfeld. Sommerfeld up ahead to Church all the way in, lays it in. Oh, the closest that Dallas has been in a long time, still 19 with 2:24 to play. Ben Engel brings it up, feeds Nate Sherwood. Nate on the drive, down low for Edwards, and Edwards lays it in. Good drive by Sherwood, feeding Edwards for the layup, 56-35.
Dribble penetration is going to get you a lot of productivity in this game. And Nate Sherwood, we talked about not contributing with a ton of points tonight, but that's the kind of play where he does contribute. Great assist to Isaiah Edwards.
And Sommerfeld on the drive, stepped out of bounds. A Dallas turnover. As during the stoppage, Brady Young will check in for Nate Sherwood. And Zachary Benfit checks back in for Dallas, replacing Josh Kibbe.
Well, Nate's not going to be very pleased with what he sees in the scorebook in this game, but he has absolutely a lot to be proud of in his contribution in this game. So effective.
You can see the frustration on his face as he sat down. Berkey's going to launch a three, and Jesse connects on a triple. 59-35, West Albany.
Such a pure shooting stroke Jesse Berkey has. Been watching it for years now. Pure shooter.
As Cam Dixon, nearly a steal, saved it back into Dallas. Church in the corner for three. Got it again. Well, Cole Church is going to enjoy looking back at the film of this one. His team's going to go down to a defeat, but Church has put up some big numbers. As Berkey feeds angle, calling for a screen from Brady Young. Curls it back to Brady, who fires it almost to us. Out of bounds it goes near midcourt.
Wanted to catch the cutting Cam Dixon there as he was going to turn the corner and head to the hoop. Cam didn't realize the pass was coming. Ball ends up at the scorer's table.
Gabe Richard back in here for Dallas with 1:12 to go. 59-38 West Albany. They will move to 9-6 on the year, 3-2 in the Mid-Willamette. Dallas will fall to 5-9 and 2-3 in conference play. As Chase Mock also on the floor for Dallas. They go deep into their bench here, coming down on 1 minute on this Tuesday night here from West Albany High School. As Church looking for space. You just keep feeding him. Church is, I don't know what kind of points he's put up this year, but he's got to be near a career high.
Oh, he's just been lights out, especially from the corners. And West will pay attention to that the next time around these two teams play.
Pass inside is tipped and stolen, but the outlet pass is stolen back by Dallas. As Chase Mock will fire from way downtown, missed it short. Rebound to Brady Young with 35 seconds. And West might just take the air out of this one in front court. Ben Engel will hand it to Brady Young. Off to Cam and knocked out of bounds by Church. Playing hard to the end. As subs in, Dakota Nelson in. And one would assume that's Mosier Locke, number 50, not on the varsity roster, but number 50 on the JV roster is Mosier Locke. Cameron Dixon will inbound for West. 25.6 to go, 59-38, West Albany leading. His angle gets it to Brady Young. Young got to get rid of it to avoid the 5 count, and just does to Isaiah Edwards. Edwards back to Engel with 10 seconds. Engel hounded out there by Richard, knocked away into back court. Engel got it back, spins to front court with 4 seconds. He will hold with 2, with 1, and there's the horn. And the Bulldogs, as we anticipated they might, and as we certainly hoped they would, take care of business here tonight. Dispatching of Dallas, 59-38 the final score. We'll take a timeout, come back, and start to wrap this one up on 920 KSHO.
Taking a detour down a gravel road isn't fun for you or your tires. Luckily at Les Schwab, along with great prices, all of our car or pickup tires come with the kind of protection most other places don't give you, like free flat repairs and more. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
The mission of Now Builders is treat every job like it's their only job, no matter how big or small, and they don't stop until their customer is 100% satisfied 100% of the time. Check out their portfolio of fine work at nowbuilders.com. Call Now Builders at 541-926-2858.
Figaro's in Albany now has the Ultimate Super Combo and the Ultimate Super Meat, only $16.99 or $17.99 baked. Albany Figaro's in front of Fred Meyer. And ask about their gluten-free crust, 541-924-9303.
The short drive to Corvallis will save you time and money. This is Steve Buckner from Wilson Motors, inviting you to experience the notable difference at Wilson Motors, 5th and Buchanan in Corvallis. Check us out at saveatwilson.com.
Making life easier and more productive, that's what Len Benton Tractor can do for you. And it all begins by discovering how the full line of Kubota equipment can help.
Benton Tractor, we're still doing business the American way.
Highway 99E Tangent.
Building a home, remodeling, spring a leak? Think Brass Plumbing. Prompt quality service at affordable rates. Whatever your plumbing needs, including disasters, count on Brass Plumbing. Call 926-2727 for Brass Plumbing.
You will come out a winner at Power Honda. Their talented staff will show you how easy it is to get the vehicle you want and the payment you need. Check out mypowerhonda.com. Call 928-0122 or just go in to Power Honda, Highway 20 east of I-5 in Albany, your Honda Superstore.
Join the fun at the Albany Athletic Club. Group fitness classes from low-impact dance to traditional circuit training, plus racquetball and more. Watch your waistline shrink and your health improve every day. Start now at the Albany Athletic Club on Hickory next to Tom's Garden Center.
920 KSHO.
We welcome you back here to West Albany High School. Ryan Pitts, Wally Ordeman, Joel Getzford here this evening as West wins it 59-38, the final score. They take care of Dallas, really dominating this one from the outset. It was 15-0 at the end of the first quarter. It was 17-0 early in the second quarter. The Bulldogs really kind of put their foot on the gas in the first half, cruised at times in the second half, still wind up with a 21-point win.
Yeah, it's a good win all the way around for the Bulldogs. They get the two straight now going into this away game at Corvallis on Friday, and I like what I saw from West tonight, especially the rebounding. That's been the big question mark in the losses that West has had is where's the rebounding. I think with West Albany not going so much with the 1-3-1, with the 1-3-1 zone defense, you've got a big man up top, and you lose the rebounder more than likely. And West not going so much with the big men up top defensively tonight, and I think it really paid dividends on the boards. West Albany, I thought, a lot of follow-up hoops, a lot of crashing the offensive boards and getting tips and getting their hands on the ball. Defensively, I thought West Albany did a great job getting out on shooters. And when they didn't, Dallas made them pay. Dallas got some shooters on this team, but West did a great job throughout this game with just a couple of exceptions of closing out on shooters and making them rotate the ball again. West Albany is filling the gaps defensively. I thought it was a great effort on both ends of the floor tonight for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, very active effort from West Albany, and again, going very deep into their bench. I think it was 13 different players that saw the floor tonight with the addition of Cameron Dixon, who had been out for the last few games. West Albany wins it 59-38. Chad Sherwood, just a tremendous night all around. You talked about how active he was on the boards. Chad was able to get that mid-range jumper going, hit a couple from outside, got his way to the foul line. Good defense, a little bit of everything for Chad.
Yeah, and he really set the tone early in this game, I thought, with his rebounding. I tell you, I didn't hear Joel and how many Chad had rebounds at the half, but really so active. And then the second half really tried to kind of take this game over offensively, hits a big three, and just moving well without the ball. I thought Chad tonight really shined and played composed and within himself.
It was kind of able to have his way at times with Dallas tonight. 59-38, West Albany wins it. For over 50 years, Mega Foods has been offering the best quality and taste. More than just a supermarket, also a good neighbor. Mega Foods in Lebanon and Albany. Well, the Bulldogs get their big win here tonight, and a very one-sided win. Now, Wally, this is the dedication I have to these broadcasts. You know, everybody knows I work for U.S. Bank. I say that from time to time, and I put the plugs in whenever I can. But U.S. Bank tonight had its annual all-employee meeting, which is held down at Lane Community College in Eugene. And everybody from our district, people from the coast, people from down south, all gather. Our CEO comes in via phone conference, sometimes video conference. And just basically, it's a state of the company address is basically what it is. Well, at the end of that, they have a drawing, several drawings, where they award cash prizes to people in attendance. You know where this is going.
I do know where this is going, and the
Now,
dedication is just unbelievable.
They give out some big ones. Now, it wasn't a big one, but I would have won $100 if I'd been there tonight. I got a couple of texts, one from Dan Lacoste, who's my district manager, one from Jesse, my fiance, both saying, had I been there, I would have won $100. So I hope you all enjoyed the broadcast tonight. We'll pass around the hat at the end of the night, and everybody can put a buck in, and we'll see if I come out even.
Now everybody should know that Jessie is also a U.S. Bank employee.
She is.
And so it's not like you sent her to the meeting as your
No,
proxy.
right. Okay,
So
yeah, thank you for clearing that up.
That needs to be said, and everybody out there thinking, oh, man, he went
She
to a
wasn't my
basketball game,
stand-in.
sent his fiance. Oh, man. Well, I'm sorry you ultimately gave up that $100. We're glad you're here.
Yeah, and truthfully, this is where I would prefer to be. Dan, I hope you're not listening. 59-38, West Albany wins it here tonight over Dallas. Let's take a timeout. We'll continue along at 9:20 KSHO.
If you'd like to do it yourself or need helpful advice doing it, your neighborhood Ace Hardware and Contractor Center can help. Economy Supply Building Center has been that helpful place for over 58 years. Economy Supply Building Center, where Highway 34 becomes Tangent Street in Lebanon.
Need some electrical work in your home or business, but it just seems like too small of a job to call the pros? No matter what the job, call City and Suburban Electric. Proud to be a contributing member of our community. City and Suburban Electric. Call 451-5609.
Lassen RV at Albany has the new RV models on the lot now, ready for you to buy. Lassen RV Service Department has a new truckload of parts and accessories on sale just in time for fall fix-up. From changing a light bulb to rebuilding your entire RV, no job is too big or too small for Lassen RV in Albany, where friends send their friends.
Building a home, remodeling, spring a leak? Think Brass Plumbing. Prompt quality service at affordable rates. Whatever your plumbing needs, including disasters, count on Brass Plumbing. Call 926-2727 for Brass Plumbing.
Unforgettable 920.
Back once again at West Albany High School. Final score tonight, Bulldogs 59, Dragons 38. Very pleased to welcome back in Joel Getzfred, keeping our book tonight with Jeff Kiter gone. Joel, thank you one more time for keeping the stats. Final stats tonight, Dallas certainly lit it up from outside, but West Albany gets the big win.
Absolutely. Dallas really, in the second half, they shot 57% from three-point line.
Wow.
And 8 for 14 from three-point line in the second half. Amazing shooting. Chad Sherwood finished with 20 points. He shot 5 for 10 from two-point land, 2 for 5 at three-pointers, and was 100% on free throws. So he had a good game, along with 5 rebounds, 3 steals. He had a good game. Nate Sherwood seemed to have a little off night. He was only 1 for 8 from the field, finished with 4 points. So that's an off night for Nate. Jalen Schlegel finished with 15. He shot 78% from the field, 7 for 9, and then 1 for 2 at the line. So he had a good scoring night and several rebounds. A lot of follow-up rebounds for him and then follow up with a bucket.
Yeah.
And the high score for Dallas was 34. Cole Church. He's the guy that went 4 for 5 with 3-pointers in the second half. Scored 14 for Dallas.
All right. Thank you, Joel. Once again, really appreciate you being able to be here tonight.
Thank you.
Joel Getzfred with our stats here tonight as West Albany beats Dallas 59-38. As Wally retakes the headset, Jalen Schlegel with 15 points. We have officially become spoiled by Jalen because he scores 15 tonight, and I feel like I barely noticed him. But a quiet 15 for Jalen.
It was. And sometimes we'll see Jalen score in some spurts, and when West Albany's be able to pound the ball inside and get it to him. So much of what he did was off of rebounds and his teammates looking for him. Yeah, it was kind of a quiet 15, but the other thing to think about is that 15 was in not a ton of playing time.
Right.
He didn't get the minutes on the floor tonight that we're accustomed to seeing Jalen play.
59-38, one more time, your final score. West Albany with the win. Mention this ad from Go and Postal. You'll receive 10% off your UPS or FedEx shipments in North Albany's Hickory Station, your friendly neighborhood shipping center. Go and Postal, offering UPS, FedEx, and U.S. Postal Services. And for any occasion, enjoy a complete, affordable family dining experience at the Cascade Grill. That's on Knox Butte Road in Albany, the Cascade Grill. Next broadcast will be Friday night. We'll be over at Corvallis High School. Bulldogs trying to get on the board against Corvallis. The Spartans have won all 12 matchups in Mid-Willamette Conference play. The Bulldogs have gotten close a couple of times, but even last year when we thought maybe Corvallis was vulnerable, it turned out, of course, they were not. They went on to win the state championship, but last year they put the Bulldogs away a couple of times. This year the Spartans are a tough team to figure. They're kind of a rebuilding team, but they found Marion Clark, a transfer, who has been very, very strong for Corvallis this year. Obviously, Greg Garrison has that team performing at high octane every year. The Spartans 4-0 in league play tomorrow night. I've got it somewhere here. They will play at Silverton. So they may no longer be undefeated when we see them on Friday.
Yeah, they have the softer part of their conference schedule to start this season. And Corvallis, even though they may appear to be down, Greg Garrison always has them ready to go and always tough, especially, I'll just say it. The officiating is always really tough once you get over to Corvallis, too. And Greg Garrison gets a lot of calls over there. But West Albany, they're going to be ready. They're going to ride this. They're going to watch some film. And West Albany is going to be able to scout Corvallis tomorrow as well, with being the only game tonight in the Mid-Willamette Conference, this Bulldog game. So I think West will be ready. I know you and I will be ready, and it should be a really good game.
There are certain players around the league that when they play as freshmen, it feels like you've seen them forever. Zach Gangler is one. I'm sure the opposition says that about Chad Sherwood. We said it about Martin Ray the other day at Woodburn. I thought of Mitch Burbank and Landon Hatton for Dallas. Two kids that we saw from the freshman year on. They're gone now. But for Corvallis, two guys we won't see, and it'll be strange, Nolan Hansen and Jake Ehlers.
Yeah,
both finally gone to graduation.
The Twin Towers and that pesky graduation that comes along once a year took care of them. So, they definitely had to rebuild and reload. But Coach Garrison, he's got great feeder programs that come into that school. And freshmen and JV always so solid. He's going to have them ready to go. They're going to be fundamental, and they're going to play really good defense. And that's something that West Albany will need to be prepared for is them closing out on Bulldog shooters very consistently throughout that game.
Those guys leave their high school career with a couple of state championships. And last year, as part of my affiliation with U.S. Bank and doing some work with the OSAA, I was out on the floor to present the medals to Corvallis when they won the state championship. Do you have any idea how embarrassing it is to try and put a medal over the neck of somebody who's 6'8"? I'm not 6'8".
I'm not 6'8" either.
I guess there aren't many who could just put it right over their head. It was not quite as bad as when I had to put it on the head of Mercedes Russell of Springfield, who's 6'5", and even that was bad. But these guys at 6'8", they really made me look tiny. So I'm glad that they're gone. We'll see Corvallis on Friday night at Corvallis High School. As usual, start time right around 7 o'clock, and we'll have it for you here on KSHO. Wally, I always appreciate your effort. Tremendous as always.
Well, to you as well. And we'll look forward to Friday night and see the Bulldogs get after it again.
And Friday, I'll definitely give you a little bit more time to talk about the members of the West Albany Sports Foundation, all the work they put in addition to the work you put in to make that Hall of Fame banquet possible. And that is coming up again on Saturday. Tickets available
at West Albany High School or by contacting myself. And you can get me through Fisher Funeral Home, probably be the easiest if you're going through me, fisherfuneralhome.com. I could be emailed. You can call Fisher Funeral Home. Or right now, probably the easiest way to do it if you're out and about, stop by the West Albany High School office and grab your tickets there.
And if that doesn't make you write me that check for $100, nothing will. West Albany wins tonight, 59-38. They take care of Dallas now. 3-2 in the Mid-Willamette, 9-6 overall. Join us again on Friday, won't you? Drive safely tonight. I understand there's probably a little bit of freezing fog out there. Have a great couple of days. We'll see you again on Friday. One more time, final score tonight, West Albany 59, Dallas 38. For Wally Ordeman and Joel Getzford, I'm Ryan Pitts. Thanks for listening tonight on KSHO.
The short drive to Corvallis will save you time and money. This is Steve Buckner from Wilson Motors, inviting you to experience the notable difference at Wilson Motors, 5th and Buchanan in Corvallis. Check us out at saveatwilson.com.
Albany Burgerville is now featuring the Ham Havarti Sandwich, all natural Diamond Ranch ham layered with melted Havarti cheese on a toasted hoagie roll and the chocolate hazelnut milkshake. Pick up an Albany Burgerville rewards card now. Cash for every dollar spent. Albany Burgerville, fresh, local, sustainable. Albany Grocery Outlet Bargain Market across from the Heritage Mall has Senior Day, the first Tuesday of every month. $2 off every purchase of $15 or more. Albany Grocery Outlet Bargain Market. 100% satisfaction guaranteed across from the Heritage Mall with bargains on the brands you trust.
We're Linco Federal Credit Union. Keep your money in Linn County with Linco Federal Credit Union. Enjoy a visit with one of our friendly staff at a neighborhood branch near you today. Linco Federal Credit Union in Albany, Lebanon, and Sweet Home. In Linn, you're in.
Thanks for listening to tonight's broadcast of West Albany High School basketball on the unforgettable 920 KSHO. Bulldogs basketball has been brought to you by Economy Supply Building Center, City and Suburban Electric, Albany Grocery Outlet, Mark Thomas Motors, Courtesy Corner Shell, H&R Block, Willamette Community Bank, Lassen RV, Les Schwab Tires of Albany, Lynn Lanes, Brass Plumbing, Crabtree Automotive, Power Honda, Figaro's, Albany Athletic Club, Linco Federal Credit Union, Burgerville, Now Builders, Wilson Motors, and by Lynn Benton Tractor. Listen throughout the season for more exciting Bulldogs basketball here on 920 KSHO. This broadcast is exclusive property of Eads Broadcasting, Unforgettable 920 KSHO, and Ryan Wally Productions. U.S. copyright law protects this broadcast. Duplication or rebroadcast of any portion of this program is strictly prohibited without prior written consent. We now join our regular programming.
You found us, so now tell your friends. America's best music is on the show. AM 920 KSHO.